Well, hello there, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. On today's episode, we are going to do a makeover on a fireplace, a brick fireplace. So we are going to do some painting on the bricks and so forth. And how this started is I have posted a before and after of my own fireplace at my home to my followers on Facebook. So I received a lot of inquiries asking me if I can show them and do a video. So I figure I will do a video on YouTube here so that you can see it too. We are not going to actually do it on a fireplace itself. I had to get some pavers and I will show you on actually them. So here is a photo that I have posted on Facebook showing my before and after and what started, the questions of how to do this. So let me show you that really quick. Okay, so now that you saw the photo, the before and after, the before photo, when we moved into the house, the previous owner had, painted the top of the, where the bricks is, and then a couple of pieces on the bottom. I'm not sure if they're in the bottom, but anyways, the whole thing there. And I wanted a wholly, complete look. When somebody paints over brick, it's really hard to get that paint off because brick is porous. So as soon as you put paint on it, it soaks it in and it's going to stay. To sand that down, it would take you forever. So we decided to paint the whole thing in white. And then I actually created that look with some sponging paint and as well as dry painting. So in today's episode, I'm going to show you a couple of samples of how to do it on just red brick. We're going to do a whitewash on it. And then I also painted a few pavers in the white to show you how to create the dry brushing as well as the sponging on them. So let's begin, and I will go through step by step with you of how I did this. So let's get going. Okay, we are ready. So what I did here is I took these pavers here. Since I couldn't find any brick, I had gone to our local home, store. They didn't have any brick, so these came from my backyard. These are, landscaping pavers. I'm like, okay, well, hopefully they'll work the same. This is the bricks are a little more smoother, but it's gonna work the same. So as long as you guys know how to do it. So the first thing we're gonna do is I am going to do the dry brushing on this one here. So what you're gonna need is some paint, just regular latex acrylic paint. Okay, so I'm gonna do a gray on this one, and then you're going to need some of these chipping brushes. These are cheap brushes that you can buy at your local, even Walmart. They're not that costly. They come in a bag. There's different sizes. There's a larger one. There's this little medium one. And there's even a really, I don't have it with me here, a real small one. But we are going to be working, since it's not laid out like a brick and it's not set. I think I'm going to try this one. So the larger one. And then for your supplies, you're also going to need like a painting sponge. So what I did is these come in big sizes. I normally cut them with my scissors, something easier to handle. Like this is smaller for me so that I can handle it well instead of this big one. If I was doing a wall, great. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with our dry brushing first, okay? So you're going to take your wrong brush here. You're going to take your, I am going to use the big one. Okay, you take your brush, you take your paint. Let me turn this around. Just dab on the top of the bristles and then dry just a little bit like that, okay? And then what you do, okay, so bricks, when they're on your fireplace, obviously they're connected, right? And then you're going to have that, you're going to have that, where the mortar's at. So what I did with my mortar, since I painted the whole fireplace white, I did not touch the mortar. You want to leave the mortar white. and don't paint that gray or whatever color you're doing, okay? All right, so hopefully you guys can see this. So very lightly, you're gonna do this. Just gonna just brush it very lightly on the brick. You could do a little more color like that. So you have full control of your brush. Again, this is a little bit different, you know, than your regular brick, because these, it's kind of clumpy, you know, you got the stones. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And again, like I said, it's got bumps because of the pavers, but just imagine it being a brick. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. Next, I am going to take, we're gonna do sponging. So same thing, you're gonna take your sponge, and I'm just gonna bend it a little bit, and you're gonna dip it into your paint. Same way, you're gonna dab a little bit on here, so, you know, we don't know how much there is. And then this one, same thing, you have control of how much paint you want. And on bricks, when you're doing bricks, each brick you want different. You don't want them the same. Okay. So now that is sponging. So if you put these together, do you see how different they become? Again, this is an okay example, but I wish they were brick. So on my mantle or on my fireplace, I did parts of it, you know, with this as well as this. And then I kept going back and forth and just playing around until I achieved that right color. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. So next one is, pretend it's your red brick. You have a, you know, all red brick on your fireplace. The best way to do this, it could be really messy. It's called whitewashing. So what you do is, it's, I already got a mixture ready for us. So it's 1 part paint and then 2 parts water. That's it. And then you mix it really well. Obviously, it's like, you know, water. It's not going to be paint anymore. So I decided to do another color here. It's like a creamish color. Some people like their fireplaces a little more neutral. So that's what I did there. You're still going to use your chipping brush here. And you're going to dip it in here. Like I said, it's really watery. And then just do this. Just be prepared. If you do this on your fireplace, it gets really, really sloppy. So I would always want to start with the top of your fireplace and then, you know, obviously work your way down. Don't start from the bottom and go up because of the water. So when this dries, it will dry into your fireplace and it will bring out some of the color. Or what I like doing, I should have got this prepared, but I like also ragging this. So let me grab a rag really quick. And what I use is a lint-free rag, okay? So you can do this as well. And just dab it. Do you see what happens now to the color? It brings out, you still got the natural on it, but it also brings out, you know, a great, it gives you a great color. And this will just be faster if you just kind of dab it like that with the rag. And say you want more, it's okay. You just keep on working it until you achieve that color. And maybe you want to leave some, you know, extra, just like that. Okay. Now, with the gray ones, so say that we want to do something similar to this to the gray. Well, you can't, and that's what I did. So we're also going to need water. So because this is a quick class here, I'm just going to do it with the spray bottle really quick, okay? So I'm gonna bring back my gray. And I'm gonna paint a mountain like that. So just pretend, you know, you water this down. Again, when it dries, it brings out the brick. And this, you can also work it, meaning you can rag it yourself till your desired look, because you can mix that as well, you know, with your grays that you have over here, you know, a part of your fireplace. Okay. Then, you know, if you want to be more creative, you take your sponge, if I can find it now, oh, there it is. You take your sponge that you used and dab that. You can also do your chipping brush, give it a more definition. But I would do either or. I mean, don't make it harder on yourself. Yeah, this is a little, I mean, so different than real, whatchamacallit bricks. Okay, so this is getting dry now. I mean, that's pretty cool too, just like that. So if you want a natural looking fireplace with some creams to it, that's what you would do. And then if you want to be more creative, maybe you want this and another color like white or so forth, back and forth. So that's how you would do that with the ragging. But here's our two pieces that are basically dry. Almost, I guess I just ruined it. But pretend that's your, you know, fireplace. Again, I'm so sorry about it not being smooth because, you know, brick is, you know, smoother than this thing here. But that's it. You know, take your time on it. And like I said, you know, between these we'll have the mortar. Keep that mortar white. And that's where that little brush comes in very handy, because when you're doing this and the mortar's here, you're going to go this way, you know, or say this way, where you're not catching, you know, any of the mortar. Okay. So, that's how we do the fireplace, a fireplace makeover. And I appreciate you all coming onto this channel and taking a look. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure that you go ahead and put them on the comments field. And if you like what you saw today and want more videos, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. You all have a great day. Thanks. Bye.